Yes, what is up people? I'm back with another video, and if you don't know who I am, my name is Taariq Ally. I'm an aspiring professional footballer, 21 years old, from South Africa, and I'm also the owner of this fine establishment on YouTube called AYD Football. So I'm back with another video, and today's topic is Tactical Thursday, which means I'm going to talk about a famous and popular football tactic called the low block, aka parking the bus. So, speaking of low blocks and parking the bus, shout out to Manchester United, who managed to beat Liverpool for 85 minutes before surrendering their lead. At least it's progress, lads. You know what I mean? We've lost like I don't know how many this season already. We've drawn with the likes of Wolves, lost to Crystal Palace at home. We successfully managed to lose against a team managed by Roy Hodgson, which is quite an achievement. So yeah, it's on the up. At least we've managed to get a point against the best team in Europe, and hopefully we can win our next, I won't say 6 games because that's too much for them, but hopefully we can win our next game and actually get 3 points again. It's been so long. Anyway, back to the topic. Now, low blocks are commonly associated with defensive-minded managers, aka Diego Simeone or Jose Mourinho. Now, people automatically associate this football tactic as very defensive, very boring, and some people would even say cowardly, but those are other football purists like Jurgen Klopp, who would say that there's only one team making a game if you're using this tactic, which in all fairness is not true, and here's why. Now, firstly, before I get into why this tactic is effective, firstly let me tell you exactly what it is. A low block is basically you defend deeper and not allow any spaces in behind. So you compress the central area of the pitch and force the opposition out wide. And that's the thing about a low block. It's not about just parking the bus and sitting back. Although teams like Crystal Palace do that, they just sit back and not even attack, sit and counter. United also does that, unfortunately, but low blocks can also be used in certain parts of the pitch. That's what's associated with the low block, is having a good defensive structure. That's why when Mourinho goes into a team, usually their defense is leaking goals. He gets in and he sorts it out almost immediately, because that is the first, what can you say, characteristics of a low block is a solid defense. And you basically force the opposition out wide, because you're going to have 2 big central defenders who are going to clear all of the headers, plus you'll have a defensive midfielder who also will come in and clear out all of the headers. So basically you force the opposition out wide, you force them to cross in, and then you head it back, and then your striker or your midfielders will get involved into the play. Now, with low blocks, there's different types. You can have your defensive structure to be compact and very organized, and then you just give your attacking players free rein to just go and tear up basically. And that's why people associate this formation with parking the bus, but it's not actually very defensive. I mean, Jose Mourinho, shout out to Mourinho the GOAT. But yeah, he basically, with his Real Madrid side, he still holds the record for the most goals scored in La Liga. In the same time where Pep was at Barcelona and had Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Ibrahimovic, Villa at all different stages. So this formation is not very as defensive minded as people think. It can be very devastating if you attack. It's just that Basically, the one thing is you defend compact. That's the most important thing with a low block, is you defend compact and you don't press and you don't basically squeeze the pitch up high where your defensive line goes to the halfway line. That's what teams like Man City and Pep's Barcelona did. This one you will hang a bit deeper so you prevent runners coming in from behind. It's all about defending the space in behind you, basically. Now this is the part you'll have all been waiting for. Is it effective? To put it in the most basic answer, yes, it is effective. It is effective, especially if you want to grind out games. Now, another example is Leicester when they won the league in 2015-16. Towards the end of the season, they were just grinding out 1-0 victories. They were using a low block system, basically, because they wanted to remain defensively compact, keep clean sheets, and then you can let players like Jamie Vardy, Riyad Mahrez, and all of your players who are creative go on and score you the goals. That is basically what a low block is about. So I would say that it is effective, although it does have its advantages and disadvantages. I'll start off with the disadvantages or the negatives first, so we can end this video on a positive note. Okay, so the first negative of this system is that you have to remain defensively compact and you have to stay in your shape at all times. So if you make one mistake, like take it like for example, like if Crystal Palace is going to Man City and they having a low block and they make one mistake and City score, your whole game plan goes out the window. So basically with this whole system, it is hinged on you have to remain compact and you have to stay in your positions at all time. One mistake and if they score, it's done, it's curtains. Number two is basically you're gonna have less control over the game. Like Manchester United and Liverpool, who had more possession? Liverpool by far. With this tactic, you're basically surrendering the ball more so that the opposition, and this is a quote from Jose Mourinho, you surrender the ball more so that the opposition that have the ball make more mistakes with it. You can counter, capitalize on those mistakes and score. Now, the problem with that is teams are much better with the ball. I mean, even Brighton and Hove Albion can actually string 4 passes together. So teams are much better with the ball. And that means that you're going to have less of the ball, more running to do, which means you get more tired. And as you get more tired, your defensive discipline weakens and there'll be more chances for the opposition to score. Now, number 3 is basically it's a tactic that has more substance over style. Like, you're not going to be a mesmerizing team to watch like Man City, Liverpool or Barcelona or someone like that. You're gonna be in some cases boring. Like, if a normal person who's not really into football watches a team like Atletico Madrid, what happens? They're not gonna be really interested in their play because they're gonna find them boring. They don't score that many goals in some games. They're very defensive, especially against the big sides, so they're gonna find them boring. So it's more about substance over style. There's not a team that uses a low block that's very stylish, basically. Now to the positives. As I said, if used correctly, this tactic can win you leagues, and Mourinho and Diego Simeone are perfect examples of that. Simeone almost won the Champions League. He was literally like, what, 40 seconds off of winning the Champions League. He won the league in, when was it? I think 13, 14, the same time the Champions League was. So he won the league and almost won a league and cup double using this tactic. So this tactic is successful in terms of winning you leagues. Mourinho won it back to back when he first came to England. He's won it in Italy. He's won it in England again with Chelsea using this tactic. So it is effective and it can win you championships. Number 2 is there's 2 parts to it. Is you get you can, if you use it correctly, lots of clean sheets and defensive stability. Now Liverpool, before they became defensively stable, were great going forward, but they conceded a lot of goals, and that pushed them. They could have been second or third or even winning the league. They dropped down to fourth because they were conceding crappy goals. Once they got rid of that, they remained unbeaten for half a season. So with this tactic, Liverpool don't use this tactic, but with this tactic you will have defensive stability, which will lead to you keeping more clean sheets. If you keep clean sheets, there's a bigger chance of you winning games. Now, it's no secret you're going to have less of the ball, but it also teaches you, because if you're in training, you're constantly using this method, it teaches you to use the ball and to treat it more valuable, because you're not going to have more of the ball than the opposition, you're going to have less. So it teaches you and teaches teams to use and to attack wisely. They don't waste the ball that often, and they make sure that when they go forward, they actually create something, because they know their chances are going to be at a premium. And yes, that is the end of the video. That is the low block, aka parking the bus. So the next time you see a team parking the bus, I want you to think back on this video and realize that parking the bus isn't such a bad thing. It's a football tactic that many people associate with being negative, being cowardly, and managers like Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp won't really like it. Pep Guardiola in recent times has learned to accustom to it, but Jurgen Klopp clearly isn't a fan favorite of this. But it is a football tactic that will win you games. So if you're a coach and you're playing a team that allows to keep the ball, this tactic will be perfect for you, and it will work if used correctly. Always, anything will work if it is used correctly. So that is the low block. It's a good football tactic, and the next time you watch a game, make sure to see if you can identify which teams are using low blocks or not. But that's it from me. I'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up, comment below if you are in favor of using a low block, or if you hate it, or if you're on the Jurgen Klopp side that hates it, comment below as well. So subscribe if you like what I'm putting out and you want to see more content, and I'll see you guys next time.